What is up YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're back with another episode of the Adamantium process. There was a slight delay and I'll get to that in a moment, but this is going to be episode number 14, and it's going to be another exciting episode featuring footage from the current PvP tournament, Season 9. In this episode we're going to be trying out the Juggernaut with various characters. And right here you can see we're trying him out with the Black Widow. And that's because two of the Black Widow's moves are unarmed melee attacks, and they will receive a boost from the Juggernaut's ability. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to soften up Omega Sentinel and put Targeted on her, as well as combo setup. But of course, Rescue's going to be removing stuff this entire battle. It can definitely get a bit annoying, but we do have the Juggernaut, and he is going to mess her up really bad with the Mountain Crusher. We are also able to take Omega Sentinel down to under 50% health with the Retaliation Strike from Black Widow. And currently she gets the double attack because we're using an Infiltrator. But that being said, this is the moment that we were waiting for. We do have the Neurotrope, so we're going to get some really strong buffs. And then we're going to get to attack with our Agent and Juggernaut, who will also get his buff off, and it's going to do some major damage to the enemy team. First off, you can see what a Hotshot with a guaranteed crit does. And the reason that it's guaranteed to crit is because the Neurotrope grants Epiphany, which says that the next hit is a guaranteed crit, and that goes for your entire team. So now we're going to go ahead and strengthen everyone, and we're going to use Sunday Punch on their Agent. So that takes their Agent out. Rescue has to wait through a stun, and now we're going to use a huge flying kick on Omega Sentinel. And as you can see, that did 96,000 damage. That number is absolutely insane. And that's because we're teaming up Black Widow with the Juggernaut. Now to finish Omega, we're going to use I'm the Juggernaut, and it's a guaranteed hit and guaranteed crit. So there it goes, a massive overkill on Rescue. The Juggernaut is absolutely amazing. I plan on doing a full character review video of him very soon. I'm just loving using him in PvP, especially since so many teams are running with Rescue. Now in this battle we get to start with the Neurotrope. However, we know that the World War II Cap has Shield Guard on, so he's going to protect against whatever I can do. And the reason is I don't have any scroll or anything like that. Otherwise I would remove it. But we're still going to use a Hotshot. It's pretty much a waste and it was a bad decision. But maybe we'll stun Captain America, and that would help us out maybe just a little bit. We also do get to melt his armor. And we did get a stun, but he still gets to retaliate with a shield bash. That's one of my pet peeves in the game. I wish that when someone took a stun from a Hotshot, they wouldn't get to have combat reflexes or any sort of counter attack. Now Black Widow just got off a pretty big flying kick and was able to stun their Agent. Now moving on to the Juggernaut's turn, we're going to use his buff, Surge of Cyttorak. And then we're going to go ahead and hit Omega Sentinel. We can do that because Captain America is stunned, and we want to hit her because she's a scrapper. So we're going to gain Enraged on Juggernaut. The other funny thing is since Omega Sentinel attacked everyone, and we have the buffs from Neurotrope, we would get 3 counterattacks on her, 1 from every character. So she had no chance of living through after using that plasma torch on her team. Now here you can see a pretty big mistake. Earlier, we didn't even realize that we had hard knocks, which means we could apply Soulfire and remove Shield Guard. But there we go ahead and try to use it now, and we actually miss. So Shield Guard's still on, and Captain America got to hit us. Regardless, Black Widow is a stealthy character, so she's able to hit whoever she wants, and she takes out the Agent. Then the Juggernaut finishes Cap with a 53,000 hit. Just to show you some more of his incredible power. Moving right along, we're going into a battle against Magneto and Wolverine. And we get first turn with the Juggernaut. So we're going to use the Surge of Cyttorak, and then we're going to try to stun Magneto, and of course Wolverine jumps in the way. Now we know that that first move has a very low stun chance, but it actually stuns quite a bit in PvP, and it's usually worth a shot. You're going to do damage no matter what, and gain momentum. Unfortunately, the AI Wolverine seems to proc all of his abilities non-stop, and I really wish that worked the same for us. but it usually doesn't work out that way on offense. Now with Rescue, we're going to use a Flyby Attack, and we're going to go ahead and target Magneto, but we assumed that Wolverine was going to block that. So we're actually glad he did. Since he's an infiltrator, we'll go ahead and apply Winded and Off Balance. He of course gets a Best There Is proc, and so we're going to use Reconstruction Matrix just to be safe and go ahead and protect our guys a little bit. Now it's Wolverine's turn once again, and he uses Savage Rend on Rescue. So that's kind of annoying, but we did save Status Reset, which we're saving for a particular reason, and that of course is Magneto's magnetic field. Their agent is equipped with the Scroll of Angalob, and he luckily uses it. Now he's going to use the Savant Spear to go ahead and generalize Rescue, which doesn't really matter too much. Now the funny thing about him using the scroll is that it removed Reconstruction Matrix and allowed poison to come back on my agent. Because of that, I'm able to use the Hotshot to its maximum potential. However, this is another mistake that I make in the battle. Instead of using the Hotshot, I go ahead and use the Warbringer Axe. And I'm really not sure why I did this, but I just want to let everyone know that everyone makes mistakes, and what you have to do is you have to learn from them. So in my last few videos, I've been trying to include the bad moments along with the good. Now looking back on this, it's pretty funny how many procs Wolverine got on every single one of his abilities. There he goes with the Berserker Rage followed by a Best There Is. And sometimes it seems like all of the breaks go the way of the AI. Luckily we have the Juggernaut and a pretty strong team, so we still feel pretty comfortable at this point. We know Wolverine's healing factor is going to bring him back from the brink of death. But hopefully Rescue makes it to her next turn. That's pretty much what we're banking on at this point. And Wolverine hits her really hard with the Savage Rend. And it's looking kind of scary because Magneto's up next. But instead of finishing her, he goes ahead with the Magnetic Field. We saved the Status Reset just for this. So we're going to use it. Then we're going to use Flyby Attack on Wolverine and hopefully finish him off. So let's see how much damage we get. So Wolverine hangs on by a thread. He's only at 435 HP. Luckily he cannot counterattack. And we're going to hit him again because we want to finish him. If Rescue gets taken out, that's fine, but we wanted Wolverine out of there. Especially since he was going ballistic on all of his attacks and counters. Unfortunately, right here we were getting kind of scared. The good news is the Juggernaut cannot be stunned, so he's going to get a turn. Also, we're going to get our counterattack. So we get to hit him twice, but it doesn't do a ton of damage. So on my agent's turn, we're going to use Signpost. Then this is where it gets kind of tricky. We could go for it and just attack, but we do have to worry about getting hit preemptively by Magneto, since we are magnetized. So instead we opt to go with the Warbringer Axe on their agent. Now we take him down to 4,144 health, and he has 2 debuffs on him. We're not sure if that's going to finish him, so this is where we have to debate, do we hit him or do we hit Magneto? And we may have made a mistake by hitting him instead of Magneto, because we're magnetized right after. So we're pretty worried about preemptively getting hit by Magneto at this point. We're both magnetized. So we're going to use Signpost, and we're going to take him down a little bit, and then we have to decide what are we going to try to do. So we're going to go with the Hotshot. We're really hoping that we get the stun. So we hit him, we're going to cause burning, melt armor, and then we're hoping for a stun, and we get it. So Juggernaut doesn't have to worry. He's going to use his last ability, and then he's going to use his guaranteed hit, guaranteed crit on Magneto. It should be enough to kill him. So let's go ahead and hit him with I'm the Juggernaut. We finish Magneto off, and we get out of the battle despite a few mistakes. But it's definitely something we can all learn from. This next battle looks like it's against a pretty good team, with some solid bonuses. They have a Bruiser Agent. Unfortunately for them, they have a Scrapper Quicksilver. He pulls out the Vortex Lariat right away, and he enrages both of my Bruisers. So right away, we're excited about the potential damage that Juggernaut's going to do. especially when he's buffed by Neurotrope and the Surge of Cyttorak, plus Enraged. It should be pretty amazing damage. So I'm looking forward to that already, but we have to go ahead and use our agent, and then Rescue, of course, is going to take off that stunned. So the Vortex Lariat really was pretty useless in that case. Quicksilver is going to blast from the pass, but it only hits for 5,000. They do get a hard knocks as well. But here comes a guaranteed crit Hotshot. It does pretty solid damage across the board. It also melts their armor and applies burning. We get a few stuns, and then we're going to be using Rescue, but first Quicksilver's going to hit us with Tag Team. He seems to be equipped with a lot of attack gems. Now that it's Rescue's turn, we're going to use Flyby Attack, but we're not sure who we want to hit. And really, there's no terrible option here. But we're going to hit Quicksilver first. Then on our next turn, we could use Reconstruction Matrix. That's probably what we should do. But we're going to go all out attacking here and use another Flyby Attack on Emma. So there's a pretty decent hit, not too bad. And now we're going to use Surge of Cyttorak. And then we're going to hit Quicksilver with Juggernaut's Sunday Punch. So there's 38,000 damage and change, and another Enraged stack. Of course Emma gets Cosmic Power and breaks her stun, but Mental Trauma will do no damage to the Juggernaut. Now we just have to see if their agent gets Cosmic Power as well. And he doesn't. So we're going to use the Signpost. Then we're going to use the Warbringer Axe, which is our only option at this point. So we just have to decide who do we want to hit. We're probably going to hit Emma Frost. That way we don't have to worry about her pesky defense. So we hit it, we triggered Organic Recovery, and now we can do some actual damage to her. So we're going to do a double Flyby Attack on her, and we hope to finish her off. We're going to use a status reset just for good measure, and then finish Emma off, and it's up to Juggernaut to take out their agent. He does so pretty easily with a 46k hit, once again showing how he's an absolute monster in PvP. Now this last battle is pretty straightforward. We have to live through War Machine's barrage. So while we're doing that, we're going to tell you why there was a delay on the Adamantium process this week. The reason was because I planned a very special episode. I'm going to do an episode where I use only weapons and gadgets that you can get from current missions. No limited edition items, no past Spec Ops items, nothing like that. Only current items and gadgets. The problem is I've been having some terrible luck with the drops, and there's a few items that I really want to show to everyone. So I decided to postpone that special episode and just go ahead with a regular one until we can get at least a few more shots at those special items. In that upcoming episode, we also plan to use lower cost heroes on our team. So it should be a really special episode that a lot of you I think will definitely enjoy. Now back to this battle, we're going to be using Mountain Crusher on Rescue. It's my favorite move to hit her with right now. So there you see major damage even though he was magnetized. And we put that Shield Breaker debuff on her. Now here comes War Machine's big hit, 21 gun salute at full charge. Due to the Neurotrope, we do have something special waiting for him. Right after his second hit, he's going to be getting counterattacked by the entire team. So first, my agent. Then we're going to be hitting him with the Juggernaut, and that's going to finish him. Next on our list is Rescue. We're hoping to take her out with a Flyby Attack. So first we'll do status reset, just cuz. And then we're going to hit her. And the very first hit takes her out. So now we have to decide what we want to do, and we went quickly with the Reconstruction Matrix. After their agent's turn, we should be able to finish it, since we'll have our entire team get a shot at her. So let's see what she does. She uses the Thermite Reactor, which I believe was the bonus weapon that you got from the gold sale. Now it's going to be my agent's turn. We're going to start with Signpost, and then we're going to use the Warbringer Axe. We're going to see what kind of damage we'll get from it. So it looks like it's going to take her down to 5,000 health, and the Juggernaut should have no problem finishing her. We use Mountain Crusher just because I really like that move. So that's going to be the end of episode 14. Please stay tuned for that special episode that's going to be coming up very soon. I'm going to keep trying to get the weapon drops, and hopefully I get them. If not, I'm going to use what I have. Either way, it should be pretty epic. Lastly, I just want to thank you for watching, and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos.